Hi, welcome to Top Shelf Takes. This is the place on the internet that is made up of complete fact and no opinions whatsoever. So we're going to make the list of a certain topic and a category, and we're going to pick a top 6 from that category, and we're going to debate what the actual top 6 is as listed in the middle of the screen. And by the end of this episode, when we have that top 6, no one can ever dispute it again. It is complete fact, no opinion whatsoever. So my name is Tim Etzel. I am the channel creator of FamousSecretAgent. These are my guests.
I'm Biz.
And I'm Dylan.
Thank you guys for being here. I'm really excited to get this started.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, so today's topic is who are the best cartoon birds? This is very important things. We need to hash this out. We need to figure out the exact 6 best cartoon birds. Let's get started. Dylan, why don't you kick it off with your number 6?
So, coming in at exactly number 6 for me is Donald Duck. Originally, we had a top 5 in mind. I actually did not have Donald Duck on this list at all, but we added the 6th one. I know it's a little rough, but now Donald Duck has made it into my official top 6. I just think he's not necessarily the standout character in what he's in. He's kind of a side character, whereas a lot of these other guys, while they're also side characters, the upper tier people are like the main characters most known for their show.
Oh, Dylan, I really disagree with you, like, so much. Donald Duck, okay.
That's even history-wise.
Yeah, he'll be appearing on my list somewhere, much more respectable than number 6, and to say that he's not even in your top 5. Okay, Tommy, why don't you go ahead, take off that burn.
I go Ernie the Giant Chicken from Family Guy. It is such a stupid concept, but it works every time, and every fight sets the record for longest continuous fight in animated history. So he may be the most decorated of all of these guys.
Quite possibly.
Wow, yeah, decorated. Big words for Ernie the Giant Chicken. Okay. I'm gonna go with my number 6, guys. I picked Daisy Duck. I think that she's a late addition to the core Disney group, but she becomes an immediate moral compass. I think that she provides stability to Donald, who can be a bit of a loose cannon, if you will, and she brings that balance needed to the Disney crew. So yes, she may not be the funniest on the crew, but I think you need the straight man to your kind of wacky character, and I think Daisy perfectly rounds out that group. So gentlemen, now's the time. We need to pick our top 6 spot. Out of these 3, who do we think has earned that number 6 spot?
It's definitely not Donald, because he's high on both our lists.
Yeah, I immediately am not going to give that spot to Donald. I think that Donald has a right to a higher position.
Maybe I was a little harsh on Donald.
I think you were.
I'm going to say Ernie just because I didn't know Daisy Duck's name.
How do you not know Daisy Duck's name? She's in the Disney group. I say Daisy over Ernie.
I'm gonna push Daisy over Ernie as well, Tommy.
All right, Tommy.
I'll take the L on this.
Yep, so that is Daisy Duck right there for number 6. All right, going to number 5. I'm gonna round it out this time. So I'm gonna go for number 5. This is one a lot of people don't think of. I'm going Skipper from Penguins of Madagascar and the Madagascar series. I don't know who had the idea for a combat team of penguins, but it's brilliant and it's so simple. His cool Don Draper way of speaking always makes me laugh, and he is always the best part of those movies. Even when they're a little bit on the slower side, Skipper always has me laughing.
I like it, Tim.
He was not my highest graded penguin from Madagascar.
Oh, okay. Well, Tommy, take it away with number 5.
Number 5 for me, I have the Penguin of Batman fame. Got Penguin in the name.
Okay.
In my mind, the most underrated Batman villain.
But
He's got the most room for physical humor. You can play him more ways than any other role. Joker, you play as the Joker. Penguin, you can take so many ways.
Okay, Tommy, I love the creativeness, but I mean, we need to address the elephant in the room. He's not an actual bird. He's a person.
Yeah, he's not a bird.
He's as much of a bird as a penguin is.
No, he's
Penguin's
not.
gonna fly. Jonah Hill can't fly.
That's like if we were listing the best cats, that like Catwoman would be the best cat.
She'd be on my list.
Tommy is standing on this hill.
You scored above Robin if it makes you feel better.
Fair enough. Okay, Dylan?
Tim, it's interesting that you should say Skipper, because I have the penguins from Madagascar as a whole unit at number 5.
Now here we gotta talk what's fair. Okay.
Yes, well, because off of your argument, Skipper is obviously the leader of the Penguins group, and if we had to narrow down Penguins, I would go Skipper. However, I think the Penguins as a whole work better than a penguin as an individual. I think they're a refreshing aspect of the Madagascar series. I think they're a lot more funnier than they have the business being, and like you said, the same idea, the same concept just seems out there, but they really do a good job bringing it together. But I think that's because the whole unit works well.
I also appreciate that number 5 is a penguin-themed round. Cool.
As it will be for every episode.
Good. Okay, where are you guys thinking on this one? Are you both married to your own?
I am a little bit on this one. Although I'll give you Skipper. If the thing is we have to pick one instead of the group, I think it should still be Skipper.
Dylan, I'm inclined to actually give it to you because I do think the Penguins could come as a unit. My one thing is, I think the problem is Private. I mean, you could argue Kowalski and Rico blend in with a Penguin unit, but Private does stand out on his own.
Tommy, you seem to have something to say about this.
I have Private number 1 out of the Penguins by a wide margin.
I love Private. I do enjoy him, but I think, again, it's because of interactions with everybody else. Just like
Private was Baby Groot 10 years beforehand.
What a claim.
That is a take. Wow.
I like it though, Tommy.
That's what you came for, folks. That is what you came for. You know what? I will give my vote to the Penguins of Madagascar.
I think I am too.
All right.
All right. We have our number 5 slot. Dylan, why don't you just go right into number 4?
So
Jonah Hill just turned the show off.
So Tommy, I know we said Ernie should be out of the 6th spot, but that is because I have Ernie the Giant Chicken from Family Guy in at my number 4 officially. I think he deserves a higher spot on this list for all the reasons that Tommy stated.
It's such a dumb concept that works.
But it's
every
amazing.
Time.
It's so fun. You're highly entertained throughout the entire chicken fight. They're amazing.
The chicken from Family Guy?
Come on, he's iconic to Family Guy.
Yeah,
which is a huge cartoon franchise.
It created the term chicken fight.
I don't know about that one, Tommy.
Wait,
you're thinking of a different type of fight.
Okay, fine. It's a different type of chicken fight, sure, but I still think he deserves to be on this list, Tim.
Okay, all right. Tommy?
I have... See, as much as I want to go with Dylan's, my number 4 needs to be on the list.
Uh-oh.
I have Donald Duck. At 4. This is just iconic. I couldn't not have him on the list.
Okay.
He actually sounds like a bird, unlike most people on this list.
So I'm only gonna.
And I think he has the best outfit of anyone on these lists.
Well, that just goes without saying. We're not debating outfits because Donald would take it in a landslide. I'm gonna give a little spoiler. Donald's even further up my list, so I would say hold off on Donald personally, but that's just my opinion, and we have 3 opinions here for a reason.
My only issue with that is we could be in a spot with Donald off that list because he's not voted in higher.
It's an interesting point.
We can come back to it. If Donald lands at our number 4, then we could talk about switching someone once we do have a final list. I'm not opposed. This is a new concept. With that, I'd like to go into my number 4, and this is one I didn't think of right away, but the more I thought about it, the more I found myself laughing. I'm going to go Nigel the Pelican from Finding Nemo. I love this guy. I don't know why he's British. Like, I don't know why he's just constantly flying into dentist windows, like, just to talk to the fish in the aquarium. That is brilliant. Who thinks of this stuff? How about get in my mouth if you want to live? That's so funny. Come on. He's played by Barbossa from the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was doing my research and I was like, what? And
That's
then,
really cool.
right? And then one of the iconic lines from Finding Nemo, fish gotta swim, birds gotta eat, that is from him. So I love Finding Nemo, and Nigel is my secure pick for number 4.
I kind of like Tommy's argument about having Donald Duck, because I feel like Donald Duck being in the top 3 is doable, but I think top 4 is more likely, because I've got some interesting ones for the next top 3, and I'm sure you do as well. I'm afraid Donald Duck's going to end up off this list, and you guys, I think he needs to be on this list.
Yeah,
I had him at 6, which is a little harsh, but...
All right,
I've got no connection to Donald Duck, but he needs to be on the list.
See,
that was my opinion, too.
This is the C- spot of the list.
I adore Donald Duck, and I'm gonna concede number 4 just because I also am scared he will not be on the list if we keep arguing. But I do ask for the list to be revisited if we are swayed in that direction when we get a fully concrete top 6. Let's go into number 3. So for my number 3, I got one you might have forgotten about, but if you didn't, I'm overjoyed about it. I put Scrooge McDuck for my number 3. I love Scrooge McDuck. I love that he's just like Donald Duck's crooked old uncle. Like, I don't know who thought of that, but that's brilliant. What sight is more iconic and glorious than Scrooge McDuck taking a running start off a diving board and diving into a pool of gold? Like, tell me you don't see that and be like, that's what I want in life. That's how I want to be rich. I want to be Scrooge McDuck diving into a pool of gold. And
Gold
then
does not make liquid. He just dived onto a floor.
Well, even more.
No, it's coins, Tommy. It's like coins and like.
That many coins makes it solid.
But even more reason for him to be so high up on the list because he defies logic, and he has an awesome Christmas Carol spoof. He's Scrooge.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. So for those reasons, I list Scrooge McDuck as my number 3. All right, Tommy, take it away.
I will say this is the only bird I have ever wanted as a pet in my life.
Okay.
I'm going Tweety Bird. If we're just talking about birds who are actually doing a good job at being a bird, it's Tweety. She sits in that cage. She's loving life. Sylvester wants to eat her 90% of the time and she lives.
Tommy, Tweety Bird's a guy.
I don't think so.
I am positive about this. Tweety Bird is a guy. Look it up. Hold the episode, please, folks. We're looking this up right now. Tommy, do the honors. We'll all wait.
I'm going to check the Google machine.
Okay. Now that we have our mid-episode break, let's check the comments to see if anyone's liking the episode. There are 0 comments. Okay.
What the hell?
Great start, everybody. Great start.
Great start. Tommy, he's a guy, isn't he?
Okay, so Tweety was a trendsetter.
Dylan?
All right, my number 3 is Woodstock. I think he is a great, right alongside Snoopy in a classic cartoon. You can't go wrong with Woodstock. I think he deserves to be on this list. I think he's just one of those iconic bird characters that you can really just think of right off the top of your head. It's one of the first things, it should be one of the first things that comes to your mind when you consider like classic cartoon bird characters, which is a little bit what my list runs down to at this point.
Okay,
Woodstock got 3 seems right.
Yeah, I'm gonna... so first of all, I just want to quickly touch on Tweety Bird. I'm gonna hurt the internet right now. I always am rooting for Sylvester Cat when I watch his cartoons. I found Tweety Bird a little sassy. I found him a little rude and a little arrogant, frankly. And I don't know if I can support that type of bad attitude. So for that reasons, I don't think Tweety Bird makes my top 6. If I get downvoted, I understand. But yeah, I'm not a big Tweety Bird stan. I'm sorry. I mean, I respect him because he's been around the block for a while. But yeah, he's not high on my Looney Tune list. the channel just lost every viewer that it had. we
Jonah Hill is casualing us so fast.
but we got no subscribers from that. I think Woodstock is a fair number 3. Although I personally love Scrooge McDuck, I don't think I'm winning this battle. So
He's just not top 3 all-time cartoon ducks.
guys, he's randomly started.
Cartoon birds.
Why is
If
he
he was
started?
our number 6, I would agree with it.
We're at our number 2 spot, and I do want to point out Dylan has taken the lead for our top 6 arguments. Okay. Now let's go to number 2. Is it Dylan? Who's
So
going?
Woodstock's getting.
Woodstock got number 3.
I believe it's not. All right, number 2, I have Roadrunner.
Okay.
Because again, a lot of the same thing. Looney Tunes is one of the cartoons. Everybody needs to watch Looney Tunes, and everybody. And Roadrunner is just one of the classic little bits in it. You gotta love it with the anvil and going after the coyote, going after him, always escaping. How can you not?
Another misgender, Dylan. Roadrunner is a girl.
My mistake. But still, the same argument still applies.
Yeah.
That's
I have an argument against it, but I'll hear the other number 2s first.
I have my number 2 was Woodstock,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
which I switched at. I'm gonna break the fourth wall. It's 11:51. I switched that at 11:39
Okay.
because
Alright.
personally, he's my number 1.
Oh,
Because you know what? Friendship matters, and no one's a better friend to Snoopy.
this is true.
Okay.
And all the little Woodstocks, following Woodstock is amazing in every comic.
I
This
can't
is-
argue against that. That's gold.
I have like 5 Christmas ornaments on my tree that are just Woodstock and Snoopy.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going for a big swing here. My number 2, this is a classic. Staying on the Looney Tunes trains, it's Daffy Duck. How can it not be? He is, in every way, the perfect foil to Bugs. His perils are our delights as we watch him switch from lovable antagonist to lovable protagonist. This is a character that can be the main villain of an episode or the main hero of an episode. What Looney Tune character has that concrete arc? It is on par with an HBO series. In fact, I want to have his own HBO series. Live action, let's do it
Live
right.
action.
Yeah,
Daffy.
we'll set it up. I think he is just a ton of fun, and I know what you're gonna say. I think he comes off a little mean sometimes, but I think that's one end of the character arc. He's also been very sweet and been very loyal to his friends. He is the Squidward of Looney Tunes, and at the end of the day, he comes through. And I believe in Daffy Duck, and I think he is the perfect number 2 for this list.
Okay, Tim. I like your argument here. I'm not necessarily disputing you. I think I still gotta lean on my girl Roadrunner over here.
So my argument against Roadrunner is I'm watching that cartoon for Wile E. Coyote.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
I
like,
think Roadrunner makes the best noise.
yeah,
of
and
all of them.
Yeah, come.
I mean,
Roadrunner's got the
that's
classic.
fun, but like the majority of the cartoon, we're watching Wile E. Coyote set up his rockets and his hammers and stuff. I mean, he's innovative.
But he gets beat out every time by Roadrunner because she's just clearly smarter than Wile E. Coyote. He's got no chance.
Yeah, but she's the
He's
foil.
like 3 steps ahead of him.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I just like number 2 seems very high when I'm watching the cartoon for Wile E. Coyote.
I think you're watching the cartoon wrong, Tim.
Tim, I will vote for Daffy Duck on one thing.
Okay.
I need you to go back in this episode. I need you to make me the gift that says, I believe in Daffy Duck.
I can do that.
All right, yeah,
Well, actually, hopefully by this point we have some amount of viewers. If anyone out there wants to make that GIF, you are more than welcome to. I'll give it to you again. Ready? I believe in Daffy Duck. So, Dylan, do you concede Daffy Duck to the number 2 spot?
I do.
Okay. We have so now we have at number 6 Daisy Duck, at number 5 Penguins of Madagascar, at number 4 Donald Duck, at number 3 Woodstock, at number 2 Daffy Duck. All right, we ready to go for that number 1?
We are.
This should come as no surprise to anyone. My number 1 spot is Donald Duck. I love Donald Duck. His quick temper that makes him just quack around like a lunatic, that's awesome. He is the only character that talks like a bird. He literally talks like a quack. So much so that they need to tone it down in future years. In those early cartoons, he's just squawking. You can't understand him, and it's awesome. Remember when he was a ghost hunter? That just makes you smile every time. He is the only bird on this list that has made anti-Nazi propaganda, and you can't argue with me on that. He has gone out there and done the hard work and made non-Nazi propaganda during World War II. That's brave, and I don't want us to forget about that. One of the biggest hearts in cartoon history, he is always there for his friends, no matter what. And even though he has a short attitude, he is leveled out by all of his friends. And at the end of the day, he's there for them. And on a personal note, and I mean this, he is the first person that I go to see at Disney World. Every time. That is Donald Duck. He's my number 1. Endless amounts of respect for that man.
Tommy?
Well, after Tim just gave Donald his wedding toast. Number 1 was in Tim's honorable mentions. I have Zazu.
Okay.
At number
when I was doing the things, when I was grading these birds, you scored high on the bird abilities, the friendship abilities,
Did you
smile abilities,
Most certainly did.
the meme ability, the voice acting, and the size.
Who's better for memeing than Donald, though?
It's a different type of meme.
Size is good.
It's the best voice acting of any bird ever.
That's so hot. Number
In
1?
both versions, he was the highlight.
But he's the best cartoon bird ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Ever.
What type of bird is he? Can you even say?
He's a helper bird.
What?
He's a helper.
I don't think that's true.
Is he not helping Mufasa all the time?
No, the actual type of bird he is, Tommy.
What's Woodstock?
I don't know. Woodstock wasn't on my list.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Oh, that hurts.
I know that I didn't feel good about that. Sorry.
You
All right. We are at a 6-minute mark. So Dylan, why don't you go for your number 1?
Well, Tim, I conceded him to you at number 2, but I had Daffy Duck
Oh,
as my number 1 overall duck for basically everything you said last round. But I think all that deserves it my 1, which is why I had Roadrunner at my 2. I think both deserve to be on this list. I think Daffy Duck obviously is better than Roadrunner. However, it's because he's the number 1.
Okay.
Wait, so that means your guy's number 1's already on the list.
Well, I have a proposal for that.
That means I win.
No, because it shouldn't be that easy. It shouldn't be that easy. So I'm going to concede something right now. Dylan, see if you're on board with this, okay? I say we bump Daffy up to number 1. We then bump Donald up to Daffy's spot at number 2, and Zazu now takes Donald's spot at number 4, so he appears on the list.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I can live with that.
Or do we want to say that that Woodstock goes to number 2 and Donald takes number 3?
Ooh.
I don't think, in hindsight, I think 3 is the perfect for Woodstock, and in hindsight, I think I disrespected Donald Duck. I apologize, Donald Duck, for
We have a lot of people who have to apologize after this.
my blatant disrespect to you. I think I agree with Tim. He could go to number 2.
Okay. Tommy, do you agree to these terms?
I will agree.
So, Tim, will you rattle off the official, non-disputable list of all-time greatest cartoon duck characters?
I would be happy to. They're cartoon birds, though, to clarify.
But
Yeah, that's all right. There's a lot of ducks on this list. And you know what? I think ducks are the finest bird. at least in cartoon form, in my opinion.
I would argue penguin, but continue.
Okay, all right. Internet.
Who wins in a fight?
Internet, you now have no claim to this ranking at all. This list is concrete. No one can dispute it ever. So the top 6 cartoon birds of all time are number 6, Daisy Duck. Number 5, collectively, the penguins of Madagascar. Number 4, Zazu. Number 3, Woodstock. Number 2, Donald Duck. And number 1, Daffy Duck. All right, that's going to do it for today. We have our list. Now, I do want to see if there was a winner of the 3 of us, who would it be? Who had Woodstock for number 3?
I did. I also had Daffy Duck 1 and penguins at 5.
I think Dylan is our winner of this week. There he is.
You know what I say to that? Quack, quack.
Okay. Thank you all for joining us. I would say this has been a more than successful first episode. This has been a great show, and I think we'll have more of these. So this has been Top Shelf Takes, and thank you both for joining me.
Thank you for having us, Tim.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. All right, we'll see you next time, and thank you for joining us.